just another storybook moment, Bernie, and you got to pinch yourself and go appreciate it, because these things aren't just normal. They're pretty awesome moments, and today was another great day for Albert Pujols and the fans.
It's just crazy. He pinch hits or whatever the hell inning it was. It doesn't matter because it was a 13-0 game. But he pinch hits and bases are loaded, and like second pitch from Austin Gomber. Austin Gomber tried to get him to chase something soft outside, and Albert's like, get out of here, get away from me with that. I ain't swinging at that. What do you think I am? And then just creamed the second pitch. The ball was not traveling in the air very well today. I honestly thought the Cardinals, about 3 or 4 times, I thought, it should be another home run. It just kind of died. That one died a little too, but it just barely made it. It made it. That's all that matters. And Albert Pujols today, he also added an RBI single, 2 for 3, a homer, an RBI single, 5 runs batted in, the grand slam and the RBI single. So, and that wasn't even in a full game. I don't even know what to say anymore. I know that, since the All-Star break, he's been, granted he's had only 45, 46 plate appearances, but, he's been number 2 in the National League in all the power numbers and everything else. Not the counting stats, but the power numbers. The on-base percentage is high, and the slugging percentage is I think maybe second, OPS second, stuff like that. And Dan McLaughlin was saying, like, since July 1st, he leads in like a lot of these categories. I just prefer to cut it off at the All-Star break because it's more of a fair barometer because Albert, look, guys who have a lot more at-bats than him, let's be honest here, their challenge of sustaining those kind of numbers are more difficult than the challenge he has in sort of getting to these numbers over a relatively short time. So I want to be fair to I want this to, I don't want this to be kind of a rigged rankings,
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he has a relatively low, plate appearance count. So I just thought, hey man, it's more of a fair assessment if you look at it from the All-Star break. And then what he did today will only add to it. I mean, he's been one of the best hitters in the majors since the All-Star break, and what he did today will only add to that. And this thing just keeps getting better and better and better. And I don't know about you, Jim, but I just realistically, and that's my pragmatic side, as the one question is, can he get to 700? And I have not thought, before the season, I thought, it ain't going to happen. And then, he kind of creeps up a little bit, and you're like, well, it's highly doubtful, but I guess you never know. But now it's getting to the point I look at him and, the number of home runs he's hit lately, and I'm thinking he's at 690 now. And if he's definitely in a great form and has his swing exactly where he wants it. He really fixed everything after a quiet May and, frankly, a really bad June. He just got in and fixed everything. And the way he's swinging the bat and all the bad teams they're going to be playing, I mean, this is the first time all year, because it happened today. The first time all year, I'm thinking, he's got a shot at this now. And I make no predictions because there's no reason to. But I'm thinking for the first time since they signed him, it's possible. And that's all I'm going to say. And by the way, I'm not afraid to say anything. If I thought like, oh, yeah, hell yeah, he'll get that, I'd say it. But I don't think we're there yet. But I just think I'm so pragmatic, overly so at times, just looking at it now, here on August the 18th, for me to say, well, it's possible now. I mean, that's a big step for me because I just didn't think mathematically in the fact that he doesn't play as much as a regular, so his opportunities won't be as plentiful. But he still has a shot. And this is the first time all year that I thought that. I'm sorry to keep repeating myself. What do you think?
Look, it's early July. I was like, yeah, not going to happen. What a cool thing, though. I still get to see him play in a Cardinal uniform. And where we're at right now in the last 2 to 3 weeks, it's like, hey, Fantasyland is still a possibility here. It really looks like it. And I'll tell you what I did today is he hit that home run, and I'm in the office, and I see that, and I go, whoa, what is that number again?
Yeah,
and
right.
I went, 690, and I went, A-Rod's at 696. I think we can catch him.
I think you can get to A-Rod.
Yeah, and I'm going, good. And then the next thing I did, Bernie, was, who's pitching this weekend? And I looked it up, and I go, oh, there's two lefties pitching, one on Friday and one on Saturday. So he's playing in those two games. So maybe we get one more this weekend. That's where it's at. This team's a good team right now. They're playing good baseball. But for me, and I'll just say it out there. I'll lay it out there right now. I'm almost more interested in, can Albert play and can Albert get another home run today, as much as it is, can they win and gain and keep pace with the Brewers or win this division? It's kind of like when Brett Hall was playing with the Blues. Like, did Brett score today? Yeah, the Blues lost. Yeah, but did Brett score? And it's almost to this point now for me, Bernie, this fun watch is going to be, well, did Albert homer? Can Albert play today? Is there a lefty going? It just brings another element, and this storybook final season is taking on a whole new look, and it's becoming something that, as you're a Cardinal fan, you got to watch it. And I would just say, embrace it and enjoy it. I hope it happens, and if it does, it'll be fantastic. But there is more anticipation. There's more storylines here. And it could be a really fantastic watch. I think the final 6 games of the year against the Pirates. So circle that down there.
Yep.
So it could be, I don't know. It's just so fun to watch. And to watch, again, the opportunity come about today, Bernie. He doesn't start. Bases are loaded. Left-hander. Here he comes. You go, oh, come on, really? Could this really? Bang. You go, yeah, it could really happen. And to take it a step further, I think the right-hander, was on the mound in his next at bat. He crushed 2 balls foul.
Right.
It was, you're going, oh my goodness, could he hit another one? He is locked in, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Pardon me. I don't have all of his stats since a certain date because I don't have time to sit here and calculate all the stuff from today. But I can do the shorthand on it. Since that game in Toronto where the Cardinals won. And that was back on July the 27th. They won 6-1. He had 3 hits. 3 hits, a homer, and he drove in 3. He had started to hit a little bit before that, but in terms of the power numbers, this is what I'm talking about. So if you add today with the 1 home run and the 5 RBIs, since July the 27th, and we're only talking about 32 at-bats. That includes today. 32, his last 32 at-bats, including today, he's got 5 home runs and 14 RBIs. 32 at-bats. Right?
Yep.
That's a home run over, that's a home run, virtually every 6 at bats. Now, that's also very difficult to sustain, but that just shows you what kind of zone this man is in. Let's get all the cliches out there. He's locked in, he's zoned in, he's in a zone. He's scary right now. And not to us, we love it, but he's scary to these other pitchers. The pitching coach of the Rockies comes out there and talks to Gomber, and then the 2 or 3 other Rockies are out there, and this is this long meeting on the mound, bases loaded, Pujols up. They're scared of him. They're calling timeout,
yeah.
Just like, hey, this isn't the same. This isn't the washed-up guy. We got to have a plan here, I think it's I think it's so crazy. 42 years old, and what this guy is doing. What he is doing. And I got to look up maybe at MLB.com. They update their stats really quick, but, just to see what his slugging percentage is up to and what his OPS plus is up to. It's something else. And I'll hit that during the first break because we got to get to a break in a minute anyway. But I wanted to give some attention to some other guys. First of all, the Cardinals offense, which has been outstanding. Even against tough pitchers, they're doing what they have to do. They're grinding out runs and everything like that. But today, 13 runs, 15 hits, 5 walks. It's against the Rockies. I don't care because the people that are saying that are texting us. So, it's the Rockies, Bernie. And if the Cardinals would have scored, the Rockies didn't score. But my point being, if the Cardinals during this series had scored 2 runs in a game and lost, you would all be screaming that like 25 people need to be fired. So you can't have it both ways. Sorry. So the offense, which, by the way, is fifth in the majors in runs per game, and that'll go up after today. They're also fifth in road OPS, fifth in home OPS. They're a top 5 team across the board in offense. But all I got to say about – by the way, and they're the number 4 team in the majors in terms of OPS with runners in scoring position. That's before today. And they also only like 4 teams or maybe 3 teams have struck out at a lower rate than the Cardinals this year. But all I have to say to that, top 5 offense overall on the road, at home, low strikeout rate, great at situational hitting. They better fire Jeff Albert, damn it. They better, if this is what they think their standard should be in the top 5 and all these things. Oh, yeah, by the way, number 2nd in the National League and 4th overall in OPS plus. Only the Dodgers, in terms of OPS plus, have a better offense than the Cardinals. But Bill DeWitt and John Mozeliak ought to be ashamed. They just ought to be ashamed to put this crap on the field and let that guy continue to have a job. I'm outraged. Fire him. I'm on Cards Talk today taking a look around, and there's like 2 Jeff Albert threads. They're ripping them.
On a day like today.
Well, maybe yesterday. But
still,
why?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
They could average 11 runs per game from now and the rest of the season, and there will be people whining on Twitter and Cards Talk. And, when are they going to fire Albert? Listen, people, try to be happy. Just try. It's okay to be happy. You can be nasty when the situation warrants it. Anyway, I know that I just can never shut up about that, but it fascinates me. What an interesting psychological study it is. But the Cardinals are rolling, and so the offense really did well today. Pujols, we talked about. Nootbaar with a really great game, batting leadoff, 2 for 3, 2 walks, a homer, 2 RBIs, and 3 runs scored. So he's on base 4 times today. Goldie was 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs, and Arenado went 0 for 4, and I'm thinking they need to bench him tomorrow night. So, or Jeff Albert gave him bad advice before the game. So, yeah, that's what it was. So anyway, really great homestand. Adam Wainwright, and we'll end it with him before we take a break. Adam Wainwright, I know it's only the Rockies, but my goodness, 7 shutout innings, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts, did not walk anyone. That's as well as he has pitched all year, really. If you want to factor in the opponent, you might want to select another game instead, but this one's right there. Just a great, great start.
Locked in. You take this in the last performance. I don't think he's ever been better. It's pretty awesome.
No, so we'll continue to keep you updated on the Brewers and the Dodgers. Dodgers trying to rally after being down 5-0, and the Brewers' offense woke up a little bit today. They've really been in it. We'll talk about that later. In it as in deep, not being able to get out of it. Today a little bit they have.